Hey y'all, it's the Prettiest podcast, and we're back for season 2, episode 1.
Y'all, we are so excited. Last season was so great, honestly. Like,
it was amazing.
So much fun. Thanks for like all the love and support.
Yes.
The events, like, had so much fun.
It was a blast.
It was a blast.
This season, y'all, as y'all can see, we upgraded. We getting prettier.
Okay.
And we're gonna start off with our new game. It's called Prettiest Pick.
Prettiest Pick.
Okay, so it's named 4, but 1 has to go.
Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna ask you, and then you can ask me.
Okay.
So 1 has to go. Happy hour, sneaky link, the password to your partner's phone, or tax money.
Ooh, well, I say sneaky link because I don't have a sneaky link.
Honestly, sneaky link. When I rank it, I was like sneaky link could definitely be the one to go because I need my tax money.
I need all of them.
I need my tax and happy hour because I cannot let go of happy hour.
No,
I love happy hour. So
we need that little discount because it adds up. It adds up. Okay, so my turn. Okay, 1 has to go.
Okay,
Zeus, Love and Hip Hop / MTV. Now that's TV or BET.
Baby, BET can go. Real quick. BET can go.
BET low key is a little bit outdated, but no, them Tyler Perry shows still be talking.
They be tea. Honestly, the drama be drama.
It really should be called like Tyler Perry Network because that's seriously that's what it's on, and he owns it.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes,
I did not know that.
He owns it now.
Okay, yes, clock that.
I think him and 50 Cent own it.
Oh,
okay. Okay, ask me another one, y'all. Let's see what has to go.
So 1 has to go. Wingstop, Cane's, Chick-fil-A, or Popeyes.
That's a tough one because I love chicken. Honestly, but you know they be saying if it ain't for that cane sauce, Cane's.
Listen, you're not wrong because without the cane sauce and the toast.
And the Texas toast.
Cane's really is not.
But I can't get Cane's up. I'm not ready.
Okay.
So I have to. It has to be Popeyes for me.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that.
It has to be Popeyes.
I'm not really like a big y'all. Don't hate me.
But
I'm not a big like bone-in fried chicken like girly. No shade. I
can really eat for Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, so I can't.
Okay, that's fair. I don't eat Chick-fil-A that much, so
I love it down. Okay, one more, y'all, and then we'll get into the episode. Okay, so this is a spicy one, y'all. 1 has to go.
Which I love the spicy.
Okay, so foreplay, sex toys, sex over 30 minutes, or lingerie. 1 gotta go.
Okay, wait. Give them all.
So again, I know I ran through that. Foreplay,
okay,
sex toys, sex over 30 minutes, or lingerie / sexy pictures.
Okay, so I feel like really sex over 30 minutes can go.
What?
Over 30 minutes? And that you, because you didn't say foreplay in the sex. Like, you said just straight sex for 30 minutes. Like,
okay.
Looking for, like, actually having sex for, like, a full, like, the act of sex for a full hour. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a girly. Like, I love, give me, like, when I say an hour, I want, like, 45 minutes to an hour. Like, no lie. Like, I do. But that's, like, with foreplay. That's, like, with the kissing. Like, that's everything. But just straight sex for, like, 1 whole hour?
Okay, I'll take 29 minutes and 59 seconds.
Like, I want the 30 minutes of actual sex. Like, actual 30 minutes of sex, 30 minutes. Look, break it down.
You can break it down.
30 minutes of foreplay, 30 minutes of sex, like, that. And then I need the sex toys because, like,
lingerie.
I could not.
Just give me the birthday suit. We good.
Honestly, I love lingerie so bad that I really just cannot give it up. Like, I love it down bad. So, I can't give it up. And foreplay, I just love foreplay. So.
Yeah, foreplay is a must. It's a must.
And I think men just don't be understanding that. So, it's on to next.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to get into the episode, y'all. Okay. Obviously, it's a new year, so we're going to be talking about new beginnings, new year, new me.
New year, new me, but being intentional, y'all. Like, in the most intentional way.
Absolutely.
Always.
So, I mean, we're just going to talk about, like, some of the things that, you know, we do to be new, be fresh, and get on the right track for the new year.
And I feel like the new year, like, and I know there's been this thing of, like, when the new year actually starts.
Yes, girl.
But
literally,
whenever you decide to be new or start fresh, like, I feel like it's really great. It's, like, a great time to really just let go of all that old baggage, bad habits. declutter.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah, and that's the thing, physically and mentally. Like, y'all, I'm trying to get on the physical side, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to be a nice daddy with a nice body, but we're getting there.
We're getting there.
But mentally, I definitely feel like, but I feel like mentally, like, that really is like the start of the
place. You know what I love, and we did this, and a lot of girlies do it, but one thing I love for the new year to kick my year off right is vision boards. Like,
that was so fun. High key, that was like
the vision board is definitely something that I feel like is tangible, where you can really put your like dreams into pictures.
Yeah, and I like that you can see it. Like it's like, you know, like see it instead of just, because, you know, we all write our goals down, but like I think just having that image and being able to like really picture yourself in those moments and having something, like you said, tangible that you can like, every day you wake up and see this. Like, you know, I think it was so much fun.
It was very much fun. If y'all haven't done it, do it. And if you have, like, really look at it. Make sure it ain't just collecting dust somewhere you can't see it. Like, have it on your wall. Put it on your wall. Like, put it somewhere so you can really see it, really visualize these things, because manifestation, that's another thing we're going to talk into. Manifestation is very much real. And while we're on the subject of manifestation, like, let's normalize doing work and not just, you know what I'm saying, like being in dream mode.
What it is with manifestation that I feel like people fail to realize, it's one of those things where it's like, you have a vision, you're manifesting that, but then you also, like you said, you have to take actions on the things that align with what you want. So it's like, I feel like, honestly, the way I envision manifestation working is like, okay, I want this, you know what I'm saying? So what happens is, like, when you have a deep, like, want for something, I feel like you naturally start to, like, align with that. You know what I'm saying? You naturally will, or, like, not even naturally, but if you really want it to happen, you start, like, aligning with that. For instance, like, if you want to start to lose weight, like, you're actually going to start, like, okay, let me go on a calorie deficient diet, or, like, let me just start eating healthier. Let me go to healthier restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really start to pay attention and stuff like that. So I feel like it's definitely, like you said, like taking the actions and just making it like happen.
And making it happen, because a lot of people will say like, oh, you can just, you know, visualize it, just visualize it. Yeah, you really could. Like, you really could visualize something so much, put so much, you know, thought and imagination to it, and it literally happens. And it's kind of almost like a self-sabotage. Like, you think of something so much that it might happen, and then it actually happens. So you would definitely imagine yourself into some shit or into some success.
Like, you really can.
But when it comes to like really obtaining success and manifesting,
you have to put in the work.
You have to.
You know what? It's like what they say, like what is it, like good deeds without work is dead? Or,
like,
it's like good deeds. It's something like that.
I think it's like, maybe it's like faith without work.
That's what it is. Faith without work is dead. So it's literally that.
Exactly.
You know,
that thing.
And I feel like while we're like talking about it, I definitely feel like one of the things for me last year that I feel like really impacted like my life was like consistency. And I really feel like consistency is like key, because it's one of those things where it's like, even when like it's hard, because it's like, even when it's like, okay, like every day you might not be motivated, but it's like when you're consistent, you're gonna see some sort of results. Like, even if it's not the results that you were intending on seeing, like you are able to go back and really look like, okay, maybe I can change this up, maybe I could do this differently, or maybe it actually worked, and actually I saw a big huge change in my life. So like, consistency is definitely key.
It's definitely key, and I feel like that matches and pairs with being intentional. Like, once you intentional and then you're consistent, it really is kind of like the thing where you have to prepare for success, or you have to prepare for opportunities when opportunities meet you. It's kind of like that with just being intentional. Like, okay, like today I'm gonna be consistent with X, Y, and Z. And 9 times out of 10 you will see change, but a lot of people don't stick to something that long.
Well, and that's why, and that was like my biggest thing. Like, I feel like I used to go on spurts of like, okay, I might be doing good for like 3 months or like 4 months, but like when I actually started to be like, no, like even with you, like I feel like us doing our podcast, like I really feel like we were very consistent, and it's like one of the things that I'm definitely like most proud of from last year, because it's like, honestly, we've done so much in such a little amount of time. Like, consistency is definitely like something I feel like is key for sure.
Absolutely.
So, and then, you know, I also, which makes me think too, like, when it comes to things that you are trying to obtain or desires that you have, like, you have to realize, like, what's yours is already yours.
Yes.
What's yours is already yours. You know what I'm saying? If God had, if it's in God's will, like, it's yours. It's not something that you have to, like, well, and it's not that you have to. I kind of feel like it's one of the things where it's like, being in the flow, but like being in flow with your purpose.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like just kind of like allowing like what's happening to happen. Now, if it's negative, of course you have to make some changes and things.
Yeah.
But like really, even just taking a step back, like instead of looking at it as a good or a bad thing, just really like being there and being in the present moment for sure. Like,
exactly. And I feel like that goes into kind of like expectations and some things just really being out of our control, because some things that we want to happen or we can't control the outcome, no matter how much we pour into it, how much we expect or, you know, think that this should be this way. It's one of those things that's kind of like, once you know, okay, this didn't work out, but if it didn't work out, I know that it didn't work out because it just wasn't for me. But one thing, like you said, one thing I know for sure, when God wants it to be for you, nobody can block it.
It's like one of those things, literally they cannot stop it. And it's like sometimes we want something, and you know how they say like one door closes but like 10 others may open, and that's just kind of how I think of like how God works.
Exactly.
Because it's like he might have closed that door, but while he's closing that door, he's literally opening 10 other doors.
10 other pockets. Absolutely.
He's literally opening 10 other doors for you, and it's just really trusting God's timing.
Yes.
And sometimes it's hard.
It'd be so
it's hard because sometimes when you're in the thick of it, like you literally can only see like what's in front of you. Like you can only see what's in front of you, but that's where it's just like you really have to take back and step back and actually look like and have faith.
And have faith, because literally what would happen is once you let go of what we expect to happen and just be like, okay, I'm gonna trust God because I know he won't steer me the wrong way, you will really fall into a place where it's just like everything starts falling into place. Like, and it's like you will understand, okay, that didn't happen, so this can happen. Like you will see, okay, everything is a butterfly effect. Everything, every little thing adds up to work in my favor, and it might not look like it because sometimes I feel like we get caught up with the outcome of stuff and not the actual like, okay, God is still on my side. Like, exactly. Just because, like you said, a door closed, that doesn't mean like God turned his back. Yeah, he's probably literally saving you from something you just didn't see.
Exactly.
So definitely like having that mentality, like what's for me is for me, can really be like a for the new year.
I agree.
Yeah. I love that for us because I feel like that takes maturity. Like it does take some losses. It does take a little like heartbreak. It does take a little pain to get to that position where it's like, you know what? I'm going to stop attaching myself to my own expectation and just let God do what he needs to do.
Honestly, because that's the thing. A lot of times we're attaching ourselves to our desires, but not what God desires for us. So it's one of the things where it's like you want this, but that might not be what like God has planned for you. So I think that's another thing too. Like when you're praying, like it's definitely like asking God what's His will. If it's in Your will, then let it work. If it's in Your will, you know. So it's one of those things where I definitely feel like that.
And like going back to trusting, I feel like once you do it, you have to be all in or nothing. Like this is a year of being all in or just leave it where it stands, because I feel like it's two sides of the coin with it.
Yeah, you can't have one foot in and one foot out.
Because it's sometimes like we get into a situation where we hop and you know, like some people say you can't have all your eggs in one basket. We try to, you know, divide and conquer, but you realize like everything is just getting 10% done. Everything is, you're just giving 10%. In reality, you're giving 100%, but 10% to each thing. And guess what? Nothing is getting accomplished. So I feel like this year I feel like focus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get narrow, get focused on that thing that you know is for you and that you want, and be all in.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like I said, you can't have one foot in this way, but then the other way, because it's not like going to balance out, right? Like you said, you're literally basically spacing out all of your time, and at the end of it, when you look back, nothing is really getting done. Like, you know, it's like working on like 10 different projects. Oh, I'm going to do this little paragraph here, but then I'm going to start this other project and I'm going to start this, and it's like, like, okay, you look back and you're like, well, damn, what everything is kind of like unfinished.
Exactly. I was reading this one book. I forgot the man name. He's like real famous. He the one who writes the like get rich or he's the one who writes a lot of books, and he does like affiliate marketing. But anyway, he basically say like the people basically fall into the pitfalls of complex and everything, like making everything so complicated instead of making everything so simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like even when we can say we're starting businesses, sometimes we can't even think of the name. We can't even, like, we just over complex so much that if you keep stuff simple and just be all in and just focus on, okay, I'm gonna just focus on this right now, then we're going to go to Y.
Well, especially if you're the type of person, I feel like that's like an overthinker or like an overanalyzer, because I feel like for me, I'm like that too. Like, you know, when you overanalyze, overthink stuff, I feel like for people that are like that, like, because some people thrive in things like that. Like, some people are actually good at, like, they like when it's complex and it's deep and it's more to it. But, like, for some people, it starts getting overwhelming. It starts to be like, okay, listen, I'm overwhelmed. I want to take a nap.
Yes, I want to take a nap. But that's with anything. That's with anything. Like, so, you definitely do get burnt out.
Yeah, you'll burn yourself out for some people. And it's just kind of, like, understanding, like, no, let me focus on one thing. Exactly. Because if you know me, I'm big on focusing on one thing at a time, because like for me, it genuinely stresses me out when I'm doing too much at one time. Not that I don't feel like it can't be done. I just feel like for me personally, it's too much. It's just too much for me.
So we're gonna focus in this year. We're gonna put our best foot forward. We're gonna make some goals.
Make some goals.
Some smart goals. Y'all learned that in middle school. The specific, measurable, actionable.
Yes, clock it.
You know, whatever it is.
Yes.
We gonna make some for real goals this year. And I feel like this really is the year for people to like step forward and really
it feels good though. I'm not gonna lie, this year really feels good, which, you know, people are like, oh, last year was my year, this is my year, and I don't know, this year feels good, but I think really like it's what you make it.
It's what you make it.
At the end of the day, like, high key, it's what you make it. So, like, if you feel like, oh, my year's starting off bad, that's because it's what you make it.
It's what you make it.
If you're, like, putting energy into those things that are making you happy, you're still holding on to stuff that, you know, you're like, okay, this person is negatively impacting me, impacting my life. Like, sometimes you gotta take a step back and hold some accountability for yourself and just realize, like, you know what, this is my life. Like, I control. Like, I'm the narrator. Well, I'm the narrator. Yeah,
at least I'm the CEO. Like, we definitely have, like, you know, God.
We definitely have God.
We definitely have God. But I feel like when you're saying like new me, new year, new me, I feel like that's really is a time where you can really give yourself a new leaf. Yeah, you can really
rewrite
change. Yes, you can definitely rewrite your story, and it's okay to start over. It's okay to recognize maybe I am toxic. Maybe I am like this. Maybe, you know, I am flawed, which is everybody's flawed. But like you said, take some accountability and rewrite your story.
So yeah, guys.
Yes, this was really like a motivation, you know, type of episode. This is our first one. So
first for season 2, you guys.
We want to pop out and let you know you can pop out too.
You can pop out too, and honestly, it's just a great way to start the year off. You know, just really having those motivational talks and just, you know, pep talks to get ready for the year. So
yeah,
y'all stay tuned.
Episode 2 coming soon. What's tea?
Pretty women talking that positivity. What's tea? Glowing from the inside, come and sip with me. What's tea?